Imagine a war where two superpowers are so angry they build enough weapons to reset the planet, yet they never actually fire a shot at each other. Instead of regular battles, they fight by racing to the moon and hiding microphones inside of fake teeth. This is 1945. World War II just ends, and the world is split in two. For the next 46 years, the entire planet stays on the edge of destruction. But how did that even happen? Welcome to History Bites, where we take the wildest, weirdest, most jaw-dropping moments in history and explain them fast. If you love the kind of history that sounds impossible but actually happened, subscribe. The year is 1945. The smoke from World War II is clearing. This was 80 years before you were born, but the world today still feels the ripples of what happens next. The two big winners of the war are the United States and the Soviet Union. Imagine your two most competitive friends just won a team trophy, but now they both want to be the captain of the entire school. They don't trust each other. They don't like each other. The USA believes in democracy and capitalism. The Soviet Union, or USSR, believes in communism. These two ideas do not mix. It is like trying to run a high-end gaming app on a 1990s toaster. Now this is where history gets genuinely strange. Because they both have nuclear weapons, they know a real war means everyone loses. So they fight a Cold War. It is called cold because there is no heat from actual fighting between the two main countries. Instead, they turn the entire world into a giant game of choose your side. Most people don't know this part, but they actually divide the city of Berlin in half with a literal wall. Imagine waking up and finding a concrete barrier with barbed wire running right through your neighborhood, cutting you off from your best friend's house. That is exactly what happens in 1961. Here's the part nobody puts in textbooks. The Cold War is actually a war of spies. Since the soldiers aren't shooting, the spies are busy doing things that sound like a movie. The CIA actually spends millions of dollars trying to turn a cat into a secret agent. They put a microphone and a battery inside the cat to listen to Soviet conversations. It fails immediately when the cat wanders into traffic. They also use dead drops. This is like a high-stakes version of geocaching. A spy hides a secret message inside a hollowed-out coin or a fake rock, and another spy picks it up later. Imagine if your phone didn't have the cloud, and you have to hide a tiny piece of film inside a fake bolt in a park just to send a text. And here's where it gets really wild. The fight moves into space. In 1957, the Soviets launched Sputnik. It is a metal ball the size of a beach ball that goes beep, beep, beep as it orbits the Earth. The USA panics. Why? Because if you can put a beeping ball in space, you can put a nuclear bomb there too. The space race isn't just about exploring, it is a giant flex. It is like two people competing to see who can build the tallest Lego tower, except the Legos are giant rockets that might explode at any second. Every time one side does something cool, the other side has to do something bigger. This leads to the ultimate move, the US landing humans on the moon in 1969. Stop and think about that for a second. The only reason we go to the moon so fast is that two countries are trying to prove their way of life is better. But while astronauts are walking on the moon, kids back on Earth are practicing duck and cover drills. This is the part of history that sounds like a prank. Schools teach students that if a nuclear bomb goes off, they should hide under their wooden desks and cover their necks. This is roughly as effective as using a paper umbrella to stop a hurricane. Everyone is living in constant fear that someone will press the red button. Now we reach 1962, the most dangerous moment in human history. It is called the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviets put nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from Florida. For 13 days, the world holds its breath. One wrong move, one nervous soldier, or one misunderstood message could end civilization. The leaders are literally one phone call away from total destruction. This is the bit historians argue about even today. How close did we actually get? We now know that a Russian submarine officer named Vasily Arkhipov single-handedly stops his crew from firing a nuclear torpedo. He is the reason the world didn't end on a random Saturday in October. And the craziest thing? It actually worked. Not the missiles, but the realization that they are too dangerous to use. After the crisis in Cuba, the USA and the USSR realize they need a better way to talk. They install a hotline, a direct communication link between the White House and the Kremlin. It isn't actually a red telephone, but a series of teletype machines. They start realizing that no one actually wants to live in a world of rubble. Everything changes at the 3-minute mark of this era. By the 1980s, the Soviet Union is running out of money. Their system is like a car that hasn't had an oil change in 40 years. A new leader named Mikhail Gorbachev tries to fix things, but it's too late. In 1989, the unthinkable happens. The Berlin Wall, that symbol of a divided world, is torn down by regular people with hammers and chisels. There are no tanks, no bombs. Just people who want to see their families again. The Cold War ends not with a giant explosion, but with a sigh of relief. By 1991, the Soviet Union officially breaks apart into 15 different countries, including Russia and Ukraine. The 40-year staring contest is over. The world spent billions of dollars and 4 decades hiding under desks, all to realize that talking is better than total destruction. It changed how we use GPS, how we fly in planes, and how we view the stars. History is full of moments that sound impossible, but every single one of them actually happened. That's what makes it better than fiction. Subscribe if you want more stories like this. We post every week, and every video will teach you something your history teacher hasn't mentioned yet. And drop your answer in the comments. If you were a secret agent during the Cold War, what everyday object would you hide a secret microphone in? The Cold War proves that sometimes the most powerful weapon in the world is just a direct phone line.